Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Akuban Nights. So we got two things going. We got a council meeting, and we got Sammy's spells. Sammy, do you want to go to the council meeting, or do you want to just go study spells?
For the sake of the family, I'm going to the council meeting.
All right, let's do the meeting. You can get an audience with the council for probably the next day, and we can just skip right to it unless there's something that you need to discuss before we get there. Doesn't sound like it. Awesome.
I'm ready to get shit on.
Sure. So you meet up with the conclave, the people, the other noble families that are sort of in charge of running Akuba. And there's a meeting. They're all in these nice old oak chairs that have been rubbed with red oils and kind of glisten and are super comfortable and have been sat in by countless generations of conclave members. While the four of you plus Yassi get to stand before their like semicircle and present to them the details you want. So Budarios, present.
Thank you for your time. Lords and ladies, representatives of the noble houses of Akuba. The King of Mystria was a gracious host, and he offers his deepest condolences for our loss.
Shh, it's an important moment. Shut up, phone.
You know, all those people in the meetings who always have their phones on, so annoying.
Can we close the windows, please? I think I hear some bards outside.
Closing.
Well,
Who brought the trained monkey?
after a night of mourning, we talked business and settled on an agreement to supply Mystria with the necessary arms, armor, and horses to defend themselves against the attacks coming from Drekis. As part of the agreement, my beloved sister Maya has been betrothed to Prince Louis of Mystria, who will reside in your care until he is of age to marry.
There are some looks that get exchanged, but no one interrupts you.
Even though these are all great news for our country, our travel also revealed things of great concern for our nation and our people. The nobles in the kingdom of Mystria are vanishing overnight. The queen herself rushed at night to my chambers, begging me to bring her to Akuba as she is fearing for her life next. She revealed to me that her husband, the king, is under the influence of Scoria, the great red scourge of the sky. And believe me, I have seen the beast with my own eyes. The length of 10 ships, with a mass that darkens the sky, scales as thick and large as oaken shields. What it did once it arrived at the castle was even more terrifying. Dear members of the council, it changed its form into that of a human. Polymorph, the wizards call it. A mighty magical ability to assume anyone's race and anyone's appearance. One thing became very clear on our visit to King Gilder's castle. Once you enter it, you feel like walking the halls of Queen Kiara's castle herself. Everything is Eridonian. Their expensive cutlery, their plates, their busts, all the wealth they possess has been stolen from Eridon. The dragon has drained the kingdom of its own resources and is part of killing off the nobles. At one point, Mystria will run dry of its newfound wealth again, and who knows who they will try to invade next. Will it be us? Will we have to suffer its terror next? This is the situation we are facing right now, as Akuba and as free people. We have done our best to give Mystria a chance to fight against Drekis with this contract. But I don't want either side to win, and neither should you. As long as they're fighting, both are busy. If one of the sides wins, there are only us two left to play the big game.
There is applause throughout the chamber and people tapping on the benches in front of them. Lots of hears. And after a few minutes of chatter amongst them, the Sparksteel family member, Dave, stands up and goes, I've spoken with Badarios earlier. He's a good man and would be a better king than his father. We've already discussed this deal at length, and I think it's great. We should do this immediately. Sparksteel's vote in favor. And everyone else quickly starts breaking down into chatter, and the chambers get a little bit loud and noisy as impromptu discussion breaks out.
The contract and the documents down on, I guess, the council's table.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yep. After 20 minutes or so of arguing, everyone kind of settles down. What is their name? The Shazarin family, those in charge of justice, kind of grab their gavel, and they call for a vote. Unanimously, the entire conclave votes in favor of this deal, and they will immediately give it over to the Stonesong family to, what's the word? Finish off? To take care of the rest of the details, to make happen. What's the word? No, there's a word. Okay.
I don't know.
I'm not a word person.
Wonderful. They'll take care of the rest of the details. They'll bring in all the money. They'll ship all the arms and everything. Your work here is done. Mistria will be very well armed and armored in the upcoming war. And as the conclave breaks up and everyone heads out, you get lots of people coming to you, Maya, with a hand on your shoulder saying, "You've done well. Your country appreciates your sacrifice."
Your sacrifice.
Thank you.
She just perks up.
So pleased.
Mm-hmm. Congratulations.
I'll sort of go up to Dave and sort of like give him a little sort of on each. She's like, "You were marvelous. Thank you so much for your support. We appreciate it."
Of course. You've done good.
Thank you very much. It was an honor to be of service to the council and to our nation.
Yep. They'll break up and head out. I think it's time for Sammy to learn some spells. All right, Sammy. The most important moment in your character's life thus far. What are you going to roll for?
Being born.
How do I learn spells?
If you look under your intelligence score, you should have a % chance to learn spell subsidiary score.
That is on my character sheet.
Yes, it is.
Chance to learn spells, 65%.
All right. So, which spell would you like to learn?
Now, Sammy still under the hopes that he will one day learn how to ride a griffin. Would like to learn the spell Featherfall.
Just in case the griffin riding doesn't go well.
Yes.
All right, so D100, 65% or lower?
Let's go.
Ooh, you fail to learn Featherfall. Its workings are beyond your comprehension at the moment. You can keep trying and come back at the next level and try and learn it again, or you can move on and just fill that spell slot with another spell. What are you gonna do?
Sammy's heart is still filled with love of flying.
Okay.
Perhaps he will learn Featherfall. Perhaps he'll discover flying through a different means. Perhaps through magic. Who knows?
Mm-hmm.
But let's move on to a different spell.
Can I suggest a catapult? That's a really great method of flying.
After the dealings with the kobolds and the lack of communication with them, Sammy is inspired to understand other languages in a better way. So he's going with a divination spell of comprehend languages.
Roll it.
So we will give a D100 for that. And we get 41.
Okay. Comprehend languages it is. Are there multiple versions of this spell or just one?
I believe there are just one.
Yes. Fantastic. So this will have taken you 2 days to try and learn both of these spells. Do you have any second level spells you'd like to learn, Sammy?
Assuming no one else is like dragging me off to other places, then yes.
Yes.
I would like to learn the Magic Circle Conjuration spell.
Wonderful. Since it's within your specialty, I believe you get a plus 15% chance to learn. I think actually everything outside of your specialty, you have a minus 15% chance to learn as well, which we should have factored in, but it would have
Does
been
he
fine
get
with
an
the other one.
extra spell roll for his
Nope.
path or
Nope.
specialization?
We're using
It's
a
just
mana
that?
system instead, so...
Right.
Well,
is
I
it a
will roll
15%?
D100 and we're going for a 80 or less.
Yes, for conjuration spells.
Yes.
Wonderful.
71.
You learn Magic Circle and Comprehend Languages. That is 4 days. Let's check in with the rest of the family just to make sure that they don't run off and do something else. Rest of the family.
Maya's going shopping.
Oh my. Do you know what you're looking for?
A small travel tent.
Oh, yes. You can get a small travel tent. Done.
And also some various jewelry and knickknacks and new clothes and things, but you know, nothing.
Of course. These
So
things you can add
since-
to your character sheet willy-nilly. You are rich.
Just imagining, yeah, just imagine just walking down the road like covered in designer bags and things, and just
Wonderful.
So since Sammy is studying all day, I guess before the shopping spree, Sarah just kind of awkwardly approaches Maya and says, you said something, you're going shopping today. Do you mind if I maybe tag along?
oh no, that would be glorious, sister. Come with me, yes.
I've been
I'm sure
sitting
we'll find you something a bit less fuddy-duddy than that outfit.
You have, like, maybe you can give me some advice? I'm not really good with clothes, you know, and you have a really great taste.
Absolutely. Of course, come with me, come with me. We'll sort you out. Pretty woman walking down. Cue montage. Makeover montage.
Cue montage, us in the camping store buying these tents. We're like, do you want the pink one or do you want the orange one? I don't know.
This tent
I'm
has
having a
tassels.
gold lame tent.
Yeah. But this one's fluffy, just touch it. Ooh, that's nice.
Oh, this is real leather.
Okay. So you guys, everyone else is just chilling for a while.
Well, I would like to visit the Questari at some point.
Cool. Those are the half-elf. That's a half-elf family in charge of the Rangers, managing
The
and
Ranger-
hunting and poaching and keeping tabs on monsters and maintaining maps of the wilds and all that fun stuff, right?
We had the name of the leader of the Questari. Does who has written it down? Because I don't have it.
Our party leader.
Dun
have it
Dun
written
is
down.
like a really funny, they have a
Dun-dun.
really funny name.
Or
Dun Dun?
Duna-Dune. Duna-Dune, Dun-a-Dun, something like that.
Yeah, that's what I have written down. Duna-doo.
Dunadun, yes.
From the Sandstorm family.
My names are great. I don't want to hear your crap. Okay, you go to speak to Duna-Dune.
Yes.
Yep.
Well-
Where is there any particular place you would like to meet him?
Wherever it is most comfortable for him.
Okay.
So I can visit him at his home.
Oh yeah,
wherever.
you visit him in his home.
Okay.
Yep.
So, first of all, thank you for agreeing to the contract that we signed on with Mystria. I recently traveled to Tal'Ushar and noticed that there are still some problems with the kobolds. We had a slight confrontation with them. I don't know about 24 kobolds, but we were able to kill them off. Is there any assistance you need that I might offer?
Assistance?
Yes, I care for my people and their security. And if we wouldn't have traveled with the two noble hirelings that sacrificed their lives, sadly, it might have ended badly for us. So I just imagine some commoners traveling these roads and getting slaughtered and maybe eaten by these kobolds.
A grave tragedy if it ever does happen. The Tel Temors woods have been particularly active as of late. We have set out to reduce the frequency of these incursions by crucifying and staking kobolds along the road, but it doesn't seem to be working as well as we had liked. I was going to let the local chapter in Tal'Ushar deal with it, but if the prince himself feels it is worthy of your attentions, what did you have in mind?
Well, I would try to find out what the reason is behind these attacks, why they are no more aggressive than before and don't respect the warnings that have worked as well for a long time. So either try to decimate them at their core or find a solution for the problem.
Yes.
As evil as the kobolds may be, they're still, I think they're a sentient race that if able to talk to, there might be...
I don't know if I would go that far. Their minds can barely hold a full sentence at once. Sentient race might be a little generous. They're basically bipedal dogs with bad attitudes.
Yes, but I'm just asking myself why they are attacking. Is it because they're lacking food or nourishment? Maybe some other
Would
thing.
your highness like to investigate for us?
I don't know how long our endeavors in will take in Sandashar, but once we have time, which is hope soon, I would like to take a look there. Yes, I would be more than happy to help.
We shall leave this matter in your hands then. Excellent. Thank you for taking care of this for us, dear
happy.
Harazim.
On a side note, I wanted to inform you about a personal matter of mine. I'm searching for a bride.
Oh, I see.
And I would be sure a good sign if for the other family to marry into the noble house. It might gain you some status or prestige.
I'm sorry, are you saying you would like to marry into our family? Or have one of our daughters marry into yours?
It's interesting you're suggesting this. I wouldn't be...
Isn't that what you're approaching me about? Or have I misconstrued the situation?
No, I just don't want it to be that direct. I'm
I see.
I'm not used to it.
I see.
And everywhere I go, it's kind of like trading with some goods. I'm also searching for love, not only marriage. I'm still young. I can still dream of love. Yes.
I see. You're looking for love, not marriage.
No, I'm looking for both. That is the problem.
You want to have it all. Yes.
Yes, but I don't want to end up like my father.
Surrounded by beautiful women who will do anything for him?
As interesting as that may seem, I don't know if my...
No, I understand. I understand. Well, why don't we can throw a small party. I'll bring all bachelorettes in our family around, and you can see if you hit it off with anyone.
Well, if you would... I would, yes, thank you. If we could invite my siblings as well, so that it isn't too obvious.
Of course. We'd be happy to... It'll take some time for us to recall all of our members. Why don't we set the date on the summer solstice? That should be a few months out by now, I think. I haven't looked at the sky or the calendar recently, but that's got to be 2 months away. So...
Lovely. Thank you.
Excellent. Here in Sandashar, summer solstice, about 2 months' time.
Unless the dragon hasn't eaten us, I'll be there.
Good.
Well, thank you. I will talk to you as soon as we're able to handle the matter with the kobolds.
Of course. Good day, Your Highness.
Bow as well.
Yeah.
And I head out.
All right. On your way out, let me ask you about Lady Arena. Didn't you bring her along from the other kingdom? Isn't she sort of your potential mate as well?
Yes.
Haven't you been ignoring her ever since you brought her?
Yes, I'm still interested in her, and yes, I'm double dipping here.
Are you ghosting her?
Here, come to my kingdom. Take care of my sister's, childish fiance. We'll be together. Yeah. Takes off.
We'll be together is never around.
Leaves the city without telling anyone.
Not even like I'll leave my wife for you, just give me some time. Like, I'm single, just take care of my future brother-in-law for a little while. Don't worry, sweetie, I'll be back. Take off out of here.
Nothing like his father, though.
Okay. So before we get back to spells for Sammy, what do you guys? What's the next step? How much time do we have for Sammy to learn spells? Or are you guys just gonna sit back and retire? Your adventuring day's done. Is your trade deal?
I think shouldn't we give him about 2 more days and ask the Sparksteel family if they have come to a decision then?
Sure. So we'll give it a few days. Sammy, go ahead and learn me one more spell.
Well, there is one more spell that will increase my usefulness dramatically.
Oh, what spell
and
is
that is the Spirit Armor spell, which will actually give me AC that won't have me killed all the time.
Spirit Armor is not on the list. It is a Necromancer-only spell. Necromancer is its own subclass.
But Neal, there are 2 other Spirit Armors.
Oh, which Spirit Armor would you like? There is the Conjuration.
A Conjuration Spirit Armor.
Yes, there is.
Which would give me an AC bonus of 6 when I cast it for 5 rounds per level. It seems a very useful spell.
Did you say
someone
class bonus of 6?
Yes,
AC
but it is touch. Ooh, it doesn't overlap with existing armor though, right?
Correct.
Right.
It stacks with dexterity or enchanted items.
Yes.
Or a shield, right? I guess shield.
If cast on someone protected by magical armor, it fizzles.
Right. So I think a shield might be useful here, but existing armor is not.
That's a good spell.
Yes, unarmored and unencumbered creature. So shield is good. Magical bonuses are legit. Dex is legit.
Of which I have no bonuses anyway.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a 80% chance.
Come on, you can do it.
And roll our D100.
Yes, you have learned Spirit Armor as well. Any blow that misses the caster because of this spell deals damage directly to the armor. The armor has HP equal to 10 plus 2 per spell level, or per level of the caster. So a 3rd level caster's armor could take 16 HP worth of damage before vanishing. If the spell is broken by these means, the armor it creates breaks and falls to the ground where it vanishes, because it's got like a visual magical armor semblance thingy around it. Yeah, that'd be fantastic, and then you wouldn't have to throw up your lens, which is getting in the way.
I could do both.
You could do both, yeah. Great.
That's what makes wizards useful. They go into combat and use the first 3 rounds to cast defensive spells on themselves.
It can be frustrating. So, a few days pass. you go back to speak to the Spark Steels, and it is an unequivocal, unanimous, no, you may not go open the tomb of our dead relative.
Not
what
surprised.
the fuck are you saying?
Goddamn those dwarves.
Yeah, they're really not happy with the idea of a different family digging up their ancestors. That just... You made some good arguments, but no. No.
So now we break in, right?
No. Be
It's
calm.
for their own good. They'll thank us afterwards.
Right.
I whispered to Maya,
Things.
you could probably break in just yourself.
Don't give her ideas.
I whispered.
What did you say, by the way, sister?
I don't know. I already forgot. I have no idea.
Well, here's the thing. I was kind of prepared for the dwarves saying no. That's why I had a second talk with the Questari in the meantime. We talked a little bit, and the kobolds in the woods are more of a nuisance and problem than they usually are. And they don't know why at the moment. They wanted to send some local rangers to investigate it, but I offered our help in finding out or decimating this problem a bit more. So, if we are running out of options, we could help the Questari.
And this would benefit us how?
Yeah, well, yes. Well, to have a good standing with the Questari?
This would benefit us how? Let the local rangers do it. We have better things to do, brother.
What? I need to get people from the council on my side.
And you think doing their busy work is good?
Yes, it does. It also offers them to take a second look at me and see that I'm willing to bleed for Akuba. That I'm not only sitting on the throne and drinking or whoring away or not caring for anything, but I care deeply for.
How is that young lady who you brought back from, the one who's currently looking after my fiance?
I hope she's doing well. I haven't seen her yet, and I haven't touched her yet.
You might want to get on that, brother. We're going to have a lot of making up to do otherwise.
I want to talk to her, but I'm not able to find the right words. Because...
Try flowers, brother. Flowers and chocolates always goes down well.
Well,
Don't worry, I agree with you, bud. I believe I brought this up with you back when we were in Tal'Ushar. And yeah, it of course. Well, not just of course it's a good idea, but of the people in our past, the family members we remember, they're mostly those that did something specific, some good deeds or achieved something. This is at least something that people can tell stories about. It's not only the family that it puts us in good favor with, but the people. People
It does.
of Akuban.
I mean, what could go wrong, right? Just a couple of kobolds.
It's just like one of my hunting trips.
How do your hunting
God.
trips usually go, brother?
Don't talk about the hunting trips. I try to make it sound good, but you bringing up the hunting trips is destroying everything.
I can think of at least 5 things that could go horribly wrong.
Well,
So-
any other ideas? Sarah, you're awfully quiet.
I think before setting off, the dwarves usually don't like being approached in a very quick way. They need time to think sometimes, you know. It's, I think, because they are very old. I think we should write them a letter telling them that we do appreciate them hearing us out, that it is a great honor for us, and that if they ever reconsider the offer we made, we would be ready to accomplish a task for them. If they feel there's a task that, you know, would be below them and that would grant us their favor.
I wouldn't say.
Set off. Well, you can't say that's too hard for them. They're not gonna like that one, are they?
But below a task that's below them indicates that it's, you know, we're below them as well, and that's we don't want to be indicating that we are inferior to the dwarves. Also, that dress really brings out your eyes, sister. It was a good choice.
Thank you. I appreciate it. No, but I think we should keep our options open. I think we should send them a message saying we would be ready to do something for them if they, you know, if the need ever arises. And other than that, I mean, there's still some really famous graves somewhere around there, you know, but I'm not sure how much just stumbling through the woods is going to
I must tell you
fit
that
us in finding that grave. But
Oh, it's in the woods with the kobolds.
I always wanted to see the
it's in
dagger
the area.
that killed Hazara. I must admit. It
Who
was
wants to
always
bet?
a story.
Yes, it wants to bet that the kobolds have discovered the grave, and that's what's driving them crazy.
Well, how long have the kobolds been in that area, Neal?
Countless years. They've been there for a long time, but most of the time their numbers are small, or they haven't been harassing people. You know, they've always been in the woods.
But their behavior obviously changed a bit, right? That's what's
Yeah.
going on, right?
Yeah, they've become more aggressive.
I mean, I'm just thinking, right? If you were looking for an ancient grave and nobody's found it ever, then probably the only people who found it were the ones nobody talked to.
It seems logical, yes. Oh, very well then.
Are you trying to
we
say
are-
we should talk to the kobolds?
I think we should.
I mean, you wanted to,
I mean,
right?
talking is a strong word. You know, they could be threatened.
We've tried before, and well, actually, I learned this new spell. To comprehend what other creatures are saying, but it's a one-way deal and one creature at a time.
That's all right. We only need to find one and, you know, get some information out of him.
We need to find one that's...
Do they even speak Akuban?
The one we rescued, didn't.
No.
It wasn't a rescue.
Also possible the goblins might know something. Aren't they supposed to know Akuban?
Oh,
I mean, they trade, apparently.
Well, you can't trade if you can't talk, right?
True.
So what I'm hearing right now is that we will travel back to Tal'Ushar, and maybe talk to one or two rangers to find out where we could find the kobolds and try to get information out of them. Or are we going to travel to the goblins? I think we should make a decision now. That fate knows what we're doing.
I feel that, seems a reasonable, if crazy plan.
I mean, if kobold is a language, then there has to be somebody out there who speaks it, and I think we could just take a translator. There's always
That
somebody who's
sounds
interested
like a
in the
better
weirdest
idea.
languages. Let's just take somebody who knows the language, go to the rangers, ask them how we can contact the kobolds or where we can find them, and then speak to the kobold.
All right. You got to go to Tal'Ushar first to do all of this, though, right?
Yes.
Perfect.
There's someone that speaks kobold here.
Sure, you could find a person that speaks Kobold here and take them down with you, or you could find a person who speaks Kobold in Tal'Ushar, or however you want to go about it. Just pick one.
It makes the most sense that we will find someone in Tal'Ushar who speaks Kobold because it's the city that's kind of dealing with all the Kobolds.
Okay.
I mean...
Cool. So, do you guys want to set off immediately?
I would. Anyone else?
Party, you ready to go? You guys ready to go on an adventure?
Yay!
I mean, we just bought these tents with the fur, you know, like.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, they look so cozy.
Mine has tassels.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. You load the tents up onto your camels. Did you want to take bodyguards again? Did you want to go hire some more red shirts to be your front line? And
Maya will absolutely insist on bodyguards, yes.
Excellent.
Well, yes. 2 bodyguards, I guess, again.
Oh,
All
4
right.
at least, brother. Come on
now. In character, I might agree more than out of character. I'm just not a huge fan of stringing along a gazillion NPCs.
In character, Maya's just like, let somebody else do the bleeding.
Excellent. You can hire yourself a bunch of guards. However many you would like. Or you can even take your royal guard with you this time. I know last time you kind of wanted to do it a little bit surreptitiously, but if you wanted, you could take the fancy-pantsy, you know, King's Guard with all their knights and.
Well, if we're taking
fighters.
Kingsguard, we'll just take a couple because, you know, they're worth, you know.
Way
any-
more.
Yeah, they're worth at least 2 normal bodyguards.
Fantastic. Celine, the captain of the guard, will come with you, along with 4 of the soldiers, 4 of the knights. And the whole party can set off for Tal'Ushar once more. Aren't you happy to be back?
Yes.
Lovely.
Okay.
At some point, we're able to ride a road blind.
Does that mean we're in a carriage?
Second chance for the Griffin.
Would you like to be in a carriage instead of riding on camels?
Oh?
No.
A carriage would give me access to reading my spell books.
I want to ride Dura. I need to ride Dura. Dura is great.
You guys
Yeah,
can take a carriage for Sammy, and everyone else can ride their camels.
Yeah, Maya's going to be on
Perfect.
the camel. She's just like,
All right.
I look better up here.
So it's Sammy and Yassi in the carriage. Everyone else is camel-backed. And we go to Tal'Ushar. And wow, look at this. If you travel with a whole retinue of Kingsguards and camels and carriages, monsters don't want to fight you. And you make it to Tal'Ushar unmolested. We are also going to go to our second break right here. And when we come back, we'll see what's on the other side. It is a 2-day journey. Sammy, do you want to roll 1 spell before we go to break?
Oh, let's do it.
Do it
What was I
quickly.
doing?
What's your spell?
My spell is mount, and I'm rolling a D100. That's a D1000, but this is a D100, and it's a 53, and I learned the mount spell.
Is Mount a conjuration spell?
It's a conjuration spell.
Fantastic. Okay. We'll be back in a few minutes. Bye-bye, everyone.